Hi, hello everyone. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen at home. Hi, Cikgu Pushpa. How are you over there? Doing good?
Hi, Cikgu Fuad. Fine here. Thank you.
Okay, now, ladies and gentlemen, before we start, I would like to introduce myself first. My name is Cikgu Fuad bin Mokhtar, and I am currently teaching in SMK Sri Kukup, Pontian. Okay, Cikgu Pushpa, can you introduce yourself first?
Hi, everyone. Good afternoon one more time. I'm Cikgu Pushpa from SMK Dato Bentara Dalam, and I'm happy seeing all of you again in this Let's Pass English webinar series 2. I'm sure that you all are going to get a lot of tips. So stay tuned, yeah? Over to you, Cikgu Fuad.
Thank you, Cikgu Pushpa. So, boys and girls, did you watch our previous video last week? If you haven't, you can look and watch it in YouTube. But before that, please subscribe to Johor Digital English Learning Resources and watch our videos. Okay, we have our past videos, previous videos, and we also have the videos in the future. Okay, so boys and girls, so our focus today is basically we are going to look at continuous writing section B. But I would like to remind all of you that this video will be useful for students who are near Miss Pass. Okay, so if let's say some of you had always failed your English, don't worry. Now we are going to discover how we are going to pass. Macam mana nak lulus. So let's pass together. And for those of you who watch this, and perhaps if it is useful, then please use it. And if let's say you think that you can use it to help your friends too, please do so. Okay, now let's us move on. Okay, let's pass. So again, I would like to repeat that our focus today is on continuous writing, section B in paper 1. So we are going to write an essay together today. Okay, so the objective today is to write an essay using a CBD bound. Okay, I got a comment here, Zwan. Hi teachers, I'm Tanza Zwan from SMK Tun Fatimah Hashim Johor. Thank you, Zwan, for joining. Okay, let me continue my slide. Okay, now, a CBD bump. Okay, what is it? This is a formula. So you will use this formula in our session today. So what is it? I will show you later in my slides. Okay, now this is a question where everyone asked themselves whenever they receive the question. Bila dapat soalan, you akan tanya diri you, what should I do? Apa yang patut saya buat? So this is a guide on students when they answer section B, paper 1, in order for them to pass. Macam mana nak lulus? Okay. Now, there are a few steps. Step number 1, you need to read and also reread all the questions. Okay. In section B, we have a total of how many questions? Berapa soalan kita ada? Kita ada, okay, yes, we got 5 questions. And we need to choose one. Okay, now, after we have read all the questions, you choose one question. Okay, remember to choose only one. And when you choose, remember, choose the one that you think you can answer. Okay, number 3, you need to highlight the keywords and also the parts in the questions. Okay, in this session, I will show you on which words or which sentences or phrases that you need to highlight and also number the parts in the question. And number 4, you need to scribble or make notes. And here, when you scribble and make notes, you will use the formula RCBD bump. Okay, remember RCBD bump. Okay, now number 5, what you need to do is then when you have generated all the points, then you will have to write your essay. So this are what we are going to do together today. Okay, inilah 5 langkah yang kita akan buat sama-sama. Okay, let us move. Okay, this is how your question will look like. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 questions. Most students, okay, when they receive this question, they will panic. Do not worry, okay? Now, so remember that this is a 50-mark question. Okay, so it is the biggest or the largest mark that you have in in the English paper. 50 markah, banyak tu. Okay, so how are we going to get at least half of the marks? Okay, that we are going to find out. Okay, number 2, we need to know that we only have 60 minutes. So you know that the total time that we have is 1 hour and 45 minutes. You allocate or you use 45 minutes for your directed writing and another 60 minutes or 1 hour for your continuous writing. But all the 60 minutes, you are not going to only use it to write. You have to, number 1, plan and draft. You need to plan and you need to draft and use 10 minutes. Okay, after that, after drafting, then you will write your essay. That will take around 45 minutes. And then the balance 5 minutes is for you to check, okay, your writing. Okay, next. You need to choose only one. Okay, remember only one. Do not look at, do not try to answer 2 questions. Please only answer one question. And my recommendation, this is my recommendation, but it's up to you. Okay, it's for you to answer reflective questions or descriptive questions. Okay, in my slide, I will explain or I will attempt on answering reflective type of question. Okay, I will show you some examples of reflective questions later in my slide. Okay, and last one is to write at least 1 page. Okay, I'm writing here at least 1 page, sekurang-kurangnya, but it would always depends on your handwriting. Okay, I know the question states about 350 words. Usually, if you have a standard handwriting, then 1 page would be enough. Okay, now, but if you can write more, kalau boleh tulis lebih lagi, then why not? Okay, now let us look at past year's questions on reflective essays. Okay, example number 1 in 2015, describe what makes you happy and explain why. So here in this question, we're talking about what makes you happy. Question number 2 in 2016, there are many things to do after the SPM examination. Write about your plans for 3 months and the challenges you might face. And we have in 2017, if you had the opportunity to move to another part in Malaysia, where would you choose to be? All these 3 questions are reflective type of questions because they are questions that reflect on your opinion. Okay, contoh tanya, awak, apa yang awak nak? Apa yang awak happy? Okay, it's all about you. Okay, it's all about your opinion. So if you have to reflect on what you think, then that is a reflective kind of question. Okay, we got another example over here in 2018. Imagine you went a big sports event. Describe what you saw, what happened, and how you felt on that day. And in 2019, last year, we have, if you had the chance to be someone else, who would you choose to be? Explain what would be good about being that person and what might be difficult. Okay, so this question talks about yourself, talks about your writing. Okay, now I'm going to attempt a question. Okay, let us read the question together. Imagine you received ringgit 1 million. Explain what would be good about having that money and what would be difficult. Okay, so this is a question where you need to reflect on yourself if you receive 1 million ringgit. Would it be wonderful? Best tak kau dapat 1 million. That's a lot of money. Okay. Now, so when you see the question, what you need to do is number 1, you need to find the parts. There are parts in the question. So let us find the parts together. So where can we find the part? Okay, good. So part number 1 is you receive 1 million ringgit. Okay. Part number 2, you need to talk about what is good about receiving that money. And part number 3 is what would be difficult. Okay, after you have found the part, when you highlighted or underlined the parts, you need to number it. Okay, you need to number it. For example, number 1, we got number 2, what would be good, and number 3, what would be difficult. Okay, you need to number them because I'm afraid if you don't number them, you might forget to explain all the parts. Kena cakap ataupun kena huraikan satu-satu part yang ada. Okay, now, and number 3 here, you need to think of ideas for each part. Okay, because you do not want to you do not want to leave out, okay, tertinggal any points or any parts in the question. Okay, now from the question itself, we will try to generate the introduction. Okay, now we are going to create the introduction just by using the question. Okay, now let us look how simple it is. So number one, you need to find the word you or your and change it to I, me, or my. Okay, can we try and find you? Okay, yeah, I think you can find it very easy because the second word, imagine you. Any other use in the question? No, I think that would be all right. So you change it into I. So imagine I received ₦1,000,000. Okay, does that sentence sound right? It doesn't sound right, right? Okay, so number two, what you need to do, there are two possibilities. Possibility number one, kemungkinan yang pertama is, if the question starts with the word imagine, okay, delete the word. Okay, kalau dia mula dengan perkataan imagine, just delete the word. And possibility number two, if it starts with the direct question, okay, copy and answer the question. Contoh, for example, if I receive ringgit, what would I do? Then, because that is a question, just copy the question. Okay, but if you look at this question, tengok pada soalan ini, it starts with the word imagine. So, you just cancel the word imagine. Okay, so now your sentence will be, I received ringgit. Explain what would be good about having that money and what would be difficult. Okay, something wrong with the second sentence. Okay, now let us look at number three. Okay, now find the instruction and add the phrase I want to. Okay, so you need to find instruction. Instruction is apa? Kata suruh. So kata suruh here is where? Okay, thank you very much. You can see the word explain over there. Terangkan. So explain itu ialah kata suruh. So now you need to write I want to in the beginning of the word explain. So you have there. So I want to explain what would be good about having that money and what would be difficult. Okay, now the sentence is complete. Okay, but a tip for you guys out there, in order to make it much better, you can add details. For example, like writing your name, writing your place, where you're from, the day, or even your feelings. So for this example, I'm going to write my name, for example here, I am Jimmy, okay? And I would write, to express my feeling, I am very happy. So my introduction will be, I am Jimmy, I received ringgit. I am very happy. I want to explain what would be good about having that money and what would be difficult. Easy, isn't it? So if you have the time to screenshot this, please screenshot and you will refer this later when you answer other questions. Okay, so have you done screenshot? Okay, now let us move on to try to think. Okay, this is the time where you need to think because, of course, when answering question, you need to think how to answer the question. Okay, again, we have already decided on the three parts, right? So now we need to look at part number 2 and part number 3. What would be good and what would be difficult? So let us look at what would be what would be good first. Okay, now these are my ideas. So for example, what would be good if I receive ringgit? I would say that it's good because I can buy things. It's good because I can go travel. And it's good because I can donate the money. What is the meaning of donate? Okay, derma. Very good. Mendermakan duit tersebut. Baik tak saya? Baik kan? Okay, thank you. So now let us move on to the difficulties that we have. If let's say we have a lot of money, ringgit. Okay, so difficulty number 1, people want to steal my money. Of course, I'm rich. People, of course, they want to steal with me because they also want to be rich. Okay, and number 2, people do not like me. Of course, some people would be jealous of me and they would want me to be the only one who's being rich. Okay, now, I got here 5 points. Okay, now, if you are going to write all 5 points, you may need a lot of time. Okay, so for this example, my target is to write about 5 paragraphs. So we have our introduction, paragraph number 1. Okay, and then I will insert 3 points. So there will be 4 paragraphs now, and then I will include the last one, which is the closing. So I will have 5 paragraphs. Okay, hi Mr. Fuad. Okay, thank you, Mr. Kamarul. Mr. Fuad, do we need to have 5 to 6 points? Well, you do not need to have 5 to 6 points. But I would say that if you have more points, then it would be much better. Lagi banyak, lagi bagus. However, you need to select. You kena pilih point mana yang paling senang untuk ditulis, and that is the one that you need to write. For example, here, I got 5 points. So I will only choose 3 because in the end, I only want 5 paragraphs. Okay, now, so the tip for you guys is choose only the best points. So at this moment, my best point is I can buy things, I can travel, and I would like to choose 1 point from the difficulty is people want to steal my money. So I will only write about these 3 points. So point number 3 for good and point number 2 for difficult, I will just leave it be. Okay, I will not write that because I think I do not have time to elaborate on every single point. Okay, now let us move on to point number 1. Okay, so point number 1 that I have there. Okay, before that, okay, before we discussed to, okay, now, thank you. Daniel 3548. Any logical point will be acceptable? Yes, exactly. Your point must be logical. Okay, but if let's say, for example, let's say you got 1 million, you want to use it, you know, to enjoy yourself at a shopping complex. Well, logically, yes, that is logical. So if it is logical, then it is acceptable. So because this is a personalized question, soalan yang very personal. So whatever that you think that you want to do with the money, it is acceptable. Okay. So thank you, Daniel, for your question. Okay, now let us look at question words. I think most of you know this. You pernah guna ini. Okay, what, who, when, where, how, and why. Okay, so maksud dia apa tu? Okay, apa, siapa, bila, di mana, bagaimana, dan mengapa. So here comes our formula. ACDBBAM. Okay, A for apa, C for siapa, B for bila, D for di mana, BA for bagaimana, M for mengapa. So we got this acronym, RCBD-BAM. Okay, now you need to remember this because we will use RCDBBAM in trying to elaborate or trying to further, write our content points later. Okay, so remember RCBDBAM. Okay, now let us look back at our point. Our point just now we have decided on it's good to have ringgit because I can buy things. Okay, what can I buy? Okay, so now we look at the formula that we have. What is the formula? RCBD-BAM. Okay, so what can I do? Apa yang saya boleh guna dengan duit tersebut? I can buy a house. Okay, now, so untuk siapa saya beli rumah tersebut? For who? For me, if I'm going to buy the house. It is for my parents, untuk ibu bapa saya. Okay, bila? I will buy it on their birthday. Di mana? The house will be in Kuala Lumpur. Bagaimana saya nak buat surprise tersebut, birthday hadiah tersebut? I will make a surprise party. And M, mengapa? Why? Because I want to make my parents happy. So now, if you combine all the sentences from RCDBBAM, you will have a 6-sentence paragraph. Right? It's not that difficult, right? Okay, if you need to screenshot this, do screenshot. Okay, because I will have to proceed to my next slide on my second point. Okay, let us look at my second point. Okay, the second point that we have just now was good because I can go travel. What is travel? Pergi melancong. Okay, remember the formula that we have just now? We have RCBD-BAM. Okay, now apa, siapa, bila, di mana, bagaimana, dan mengapa. So ask yourself, okay, so what is good if I have the money? Apa guna duit tersebut? So I can go travel. Okay, si siapa, I will travel with my best friends. Okay, bila saya nak pergi? Okay, I will go during the holidays. Di mana? I want to go overseas. Of course, I want to travel overseas. Tak naklah dekat dalam Malaysia kan. But because of now COVID, we cannot go outside. So, but if let's say after COVID, perhaps want to go overseas. Okay, now, bagaimana saya nak pergi overseas? We will go there by flight. And mengapa saya nak pergi? Okay, because I want to make my friends happy. So again, what you need to do is just combine all the sentences and it will give you your third paragraph. Okay, as simple as that. Okay, you can screenshot this if you want. Okay, now I will have to move to our third point. Okay, now, so how about I want to put this point as difficult having a million, attractive to pillage, rob me. Oh, well, yes, you can write that, no problem. Okay, you can write that. But, okay, so this is a very good, Daniel, you're very good. Okay, attract the thief to pillage, to rob me. Of course, yes, this is a very good example. This one is acceptable. Okay, I would accept this. Okay, thank you, Daniel, for giving a suggestion. Okay, now let us look at the difficulty. Bad people want to steal my money. Okay, very simple. I'm using very simple sentence, very simple words, so that I do not want my students to get confused. Okay, now let us look at the formula over there. RCBD BAM. Okay, again, apa? Okay, apa bahayanya? Apa yang susahnya? So, susah because bad people want to steal my money. Orang nak curi duit saya. Okay, siapa? Siapa yang nak curi? For example, robbers and thieves. Okay, and then bila dia nak datang? Bila dia nak rompak? Perhaps they will come at night. Okay, and then di mana? They will go into my room to take my money. And then bagaimana? How are they going to steal my money? They will break the door. And lastly, mengapa? Mengapa dia nak curi? Because they are jealous of me. Or perhaps you can write, but they also want money too, because they also want to feel to be rich. Okay, pun boleh. So now again, the same process. You take every sentence here, you combine, and this will create your new paragraph. I think will be your fourth paragraph. Okay, your fourth paragraph. Okay, now you have we have done introduction. We have done point number 1, point number 2, point number 3. Now we are going to go to our last paragraph, the closing. Okay, I think until now is very easy. Okay, I'm going to show you a very simple way on how to make closing. Cara paling mudah macam mana nak buat penutup. This is very simple. Okay, paling asas. Okay, so remember the points that we have. Good because I can buy things, good because I can travel, and difficult because bad people want to steal my money. So what I need to do is I start with, in conclusion, with the money, I can buy things and I can travel. Okay, that is for point 1 and point number 2. And however, it is also difficult because bad people want to steal my money. That is point number 3. As easy as that, that is your ending. Okay, remember, this is for students who struggle to write. They can use this. But if you can write more, then perhaps you can add more details. Okay, so let us look, the end product. Okay, so I am Jimmy. I have received 1 million ringgit. I am very happy. I want to explain what would be good about having that money and what would be difficult. Firstly, I can buy a house. It is for my parents. I will buy it on their birthday. The house will be in Kuala Lumpur. I will make a surprise party. I want my parents to be happy. Okay, so far so good. The sentences are very simple, I understand, but it does answer the question. Okay, now, next paragraph would be, secondly, I can go travel. I will travel with my best friends. I will go during the holidays. I want to go overseas. We will go there by flight. I want to make my friends happy. Okay, so far so good. Okay, and however, bad people will steal my money. For example, robbers and thieves. They will come at night. They will come into my room. They will break the door. They are jealous of me. Okay, and your closing will be, in conclusion, with the money, I can buy things and I can travel. However, it is also difficult because bad people want to steal my money. Okay, now the question is, Cikgu, macam senang sangat. Okay, dapat markah berapa? Okay, now, okay, thank you, Ainu Badia. How much mark? Okay, is this enough for full marks? Okay, my answer is this is not enough to get full marks, but you can get the minimum mark. Okay, because when you are writing, you need to be very careful with your grammar. By using very simple structure, your grammar will be correct, and when it is correct, your mark will be higher. Okay, but I think this is too easy. I think for this one, you may get 17 to 19 marks, provided, okay, dengan syarat bahawa tidak ada salah eja, tidak ada salah grammar, semua difahami dan boleh dapat markah ini. Okay, but to get more, kalau nak lebih sikit, macam mana saya nak dapat lebih sikit? Okay, boleh. Okay, now, so I'm going to show you how to get a bit higher. Okay, a bit higher lah. Okay, so is to add more details. So for example, I am Jimmy. I am 17 years old. I am from Pontian, Johor. I study in SMK Sri Kukup. So the sentence in orange over there are sentences that add details to the paragraph. Okay, so when you write, you need to think of what are the more details that I can put. Okay, so this one I use 17 years old as if that this is your very personal background. There's nothing wrong about writing about your school, writing about your name. You know, it adds a personal touch in your essay. Okay, so I can buy a big and beautiful house. Okay, I want to buy a bungalow. So not only a house, I want to buy a bungalow. It's for my beloved parents. Okay, I will buy it on their birthday next month. I will make a big surprise party. So by adding more details, it add more colors to your paragraph and can give a high mark for your essay. Okay, now, secondly, I can go travel. I will travel with my best friends, Ah Chong and Raju, give names. I will go during the school holidays next year. I want to go overseas and I want to go to Korea. I will go meet my favorite artist, Blackpink. Okay, now, any Blackpink fan over here? No. So I will also eat my favorite favorite food, Korean fried chicken. We will go there by flight. I want to make my friends happy. They will be very excited. Okay, and then, however, bad people will steal my money. I am scared. Okay, add a feeling there. They will come at night when I sleep. They will they will come into my bedroom. They will break the back door. They are jealous of me because I have expensive handphones and the latest PlayStation 5. I will feel very sad. Okay, now you can see how personalized this question is. Okay, and lastly, you will have, in conclusion, with the money, I can buy things for my beloved parents and I can travel with my best friend. Still, all the points that you have discussed is also difficult because bad people want to steal my money. I hope my dreams will come true. So adding a hope in the last one. Okay, and then for this one, inshallah, we got 25 marks. Okay, Daniel, full marks for a varied sentence essay. Okay, very good. If it is varied sentence essay, then I'm not sure because it's difficult for me to answer your question, Daniel, because in order for a teacher to give full marks, we need to really look at the essay first. If the essay is varied in sentence structure, if the essay really answers the question and there are no grammatical errors, then perhaps you will get a full mark. Okay, but I would say if let's say it's like this, it's standard like this, I think you get 25 marks, 26, 27. I think that would be it. Okay, if you want more, then perhaps you need to be more detailed. Okay, That's it's that is how you are going to make sure that your essay, get a higher mark. Okay, now, and my conclusion for my part is number one, read the question. Okay, part number two is to always choose one question. Okay, you can choose reflective, like what I told you. Okay, very personal. If you imagine, okay, bayangkan kalau awak terima duit, kalau awak jadi orang lain. Okay, narrative is a story. Kalau ada cerita, okay, go for that. That is like a bit simpler. Okay, and then highlight keywords and part in the question. And number four, you need to scribble and make notes. Remember the formula: C, B, D, BAM. Apa, siapa, bila, di mana, dan bagaimana. And then write the essay and add more details. Okay, that is all for my part, and I will pass this to Cikgu Pushpa. Okay, now Cikgu Pushpa, are you ready to share with our students? Okay, Cikgu Pushpa, you are muted. Cikgu Pushpa, can you unmute yourself first? Okay, now, there's a problem a bit with Cikgu Pushpa line. Okay, now here she is. Cikgu Pushpa?
Hi, Cikgu Fuad. Thank you so much. Hello, everyone. Okay, good afternoon one more time. All right, I'm sure that all of you are happy, jotting down a lot of notes here, a lot of tips given by Cikgu Fuad just now. And I'm very sure that you are ready to use ASIBD BAM in your essays. And now we are going to see how we are going to apply ASIBD BAM in another genre, which is descriptive essay. Are you ready for that, guys? Okay, our focus for today is writing descriptive essays, and you are going to describe events, which is quite related to writing narrative essays, right? So be ready, jot down some notes. Okay, now let us analyze the SPM questions. As you analyze, try to focus on the parts of the questions. This is very important. Let's say year 2017. Describe the first time you went on a camping trip. You should write about the activities at the camp and explain how you felt about the experience. So as you read, what you have to do is to label the parts. Here comes part 1, and about the activities part 2, and you have part 3. So 2017 question has 3 parts. Let's move on to 2018. Describe a problem you once had while you were traveling. So this is part 1 of the question. Explain what you did to solve the problem. This is part 2. And what you have learned from the experience. And this is part 3. Now let's move on to 2019. Write about the activity you first met. Write about the day you first met your best friend. So this is part 1. Describe where you were and how you began talking to each other. So here comes your part 2 and part 3. Now we have one more part here. Explain how your friendship has developed since that time. So this step is very important, especially when you are reading the questions. Read the question, and as you read, try to label the parts of the question. Do you know why? You have to answer according to the parts. That is very, very important. Okay? Now, let's look at this question. Remember, as you read, you have to label the parts. Okay, let's start. Write about the day you first met your best friend. So this is part, yes, come on. Yes, part 1. Describe how you began talking to each other. This is part 2. Very good. Okay, what is next? Yes, explain how your friendship had developed. This is part 3. And led to an unexpected incident. So this is part 4. So in this question, you have 4 parts. So what are you supposed to do? Yes, in order for you to write an essay, you have to answer all 4 parts. And then your essay is fully treated. Okay, right. Now, what is next? Yes, once you have done with the labeling, let's start writing. Now, how are we going to write? This is a question. Remember, you have learned from Cikgu Fuad just now. Question words will definitely help you. But again, if you were to see here in English, you have what, who, when, where, how, why. It's quite difficult for you to remember because all these words start with the letter either W or H. So why don't we use RCPD BAM? You have learned this right just now. So keep track. What is A? Apa. What is C? Siapa. What is B? Bila. What is D? Di mana. What is Ba? Bagaimana. What is M? Mengapa. Yes, you are correct. So just as easy as that. Remember RCBD BAM. So we are going to use RCBD BAM as a formula to write your AC. All right, are you ready, guys? Okay, now this is the first part. You know, right? Write about the day you first met your best friend. So this is the first part of your essay. And here we have RCBD BAM. How are we going to use RCBD BAM? The first one is A, apa. So you have to think. Never mind, you can think in Bahasa and you can write the words or phrases in English. So let us think, apa, apa, apa yang berlaku? What happened? So this is your clue. Yes, met best friend. You can see this in the question, right? So this is how you're going to use RCBD BAM in order to generate words or phrases. Now, next, siapa? Siapa yang kamu jumpa? Who did you meet? Okay, Jenny. Perhaps, okay, this is your friend. Now, next is B. Bila. Bila ya? When? Okay, perhaps 2 months ago. And you want to specify a day, Monday. Why not? Now, the next one. Di mana ya? Where? Okay, perhaps public library. And again, you're asking more now. Right, where did she study? Well, neighboring school. Okay, jot down that as well. The next one is bagaimana? How? How do you feel? Or how did you feel? Right. Perhaps you are happy. Okay, now ask yourself. M stands for mengapa. Mengapa? Why? Why did you feel happy? Because she was friendly and helpful. You see? So you're going to use RCPD BAM in order to generate words or phrases. And these are the words and phrases that you are going to use to construct sentences. Let us see one by one. Now, well, today our focus is actually the beginners, right? Those who are struggling with their writing and they are like less motivated. So we are actually giving you a very simple formula on how to construct simple sentences so that you are going to get marks. Right. Now, for you to construct the basic sentence, a very simple sentence, you will have subject, verb, and object. Now, what is a subject? I is a subject. She is a subject. The boy, the cat. So this is how you are going to apply in your sentences. Right, now let us see the first one. Clue, met best friend. So who? I met my best friend. Yes, your sentence is simple but grammatically correct. See, this is how you're going to help yourself. The next point is Jenny. So how are you going to construct? Yes, right. She was Jenny. Or you can just write, my friend's name was Jenny. Right? So construct sentences that you are familiar with. Let it be simple. Now, the next one, 2 months ago. So how are you going to construct the sentence? Well, I met her 2 months ago. So since you have another point there, Monday, so you can have another sentence. It was Monday. Let it be simple because you are writing and definitely you'll get marks. Happy, right? All right, let us move on. The next point is public library and also neighboring school. So you can construct two sentences here. I met her at the public library. Another sentence, she studied in a neighboring school. You don't worry whether your sentence is right or wrong. Actually, it is right, right? That is very important. The next one, I was very happy. Simple but grammatically correct. Friendly and helpful. Yes, she was friendly and helpful. Now, based on the words and the phrases that you have generated using the formula ASIBIDIBAM, you have constructed sentences. Now, what are we going to do? Definitely, you are not going to write sentences in your exam. It has to be in paragraphs. So, these are the sentences that you have constructed just now. Let us see how you can write these sentences to form a paragraph. Here you go. I met my best friend. She was Jenny. I met her 2 months ago. It was Monday. I met her at the public library. She studied in a neighboring school. I was very happy. She was friendly and helpful. See, you are trying to arrange all the sentences to form a paragraph. And that's it. You are done with your first paragraph and you have already answered your part one of the question. As simple as that, right? So if you were to see, this is how your paragraph is going to be developed. So you are done with your part one. What is next? Yes, part two. Now let us move on to part two. Again, you are going to apply the same formula. Part two. Please read carefully so that whatever questions that you are going to ask using ASIBIDIBAM will answer part two. Okay, let us read together. Describe how you began talking to each other. So this is actually part two. So again, now ask. A stands for apa. Apa, what? What did you do? What did you do? So that you, right, talk to each other. So you exchange. What again? What did you exchange? Well, mobile number. You see, you are using ASIBIDIBAM in order to ask questions. And here comes your points, which will definitely help you to write sentences. Now, siapa? Who exchanged? In this story, yes, Jenny. Perhaps you want to say she gave the number first. Now, think, when did you talk? Now you have the number. You have met her. So, yes, right? Perhaps going home time. Or maybe, all right, when you have problems, you called her, or maybe she called you, you know. So you have a few points here. Well, now, di mana? Where? Okay, public library, or perhaps your house. So try to think in order to get the words or phrases in order to help you write sentences. Now, bagaimana? Bagaimana? How did you feel? Yes, happy and also confident because you have a best friend now, right? Why? Because she always supported you, or perhaps she advised you. You see, so this is how you are going to get words or phrases with the help of ASIBIDIBAM. Remember ASIBIDIBAM. So now again, we are going to construct sentences. Right, the first one, exchanged mobile numbers. Here, I would like to introduce something new. Remember time frame, the one in purple. Time frame is optional, right? Examples, you can see here one day. You can also say soon, sometimes. You know, these are just the examples of time frame, right? Remember, this is not a must. It is just an optional thing. And if you think that you want to use, you use. But subject is very important. Okay, right. One day, we exchanged our mobile numbers. What is next? Jenny gave her number to me first. So just use the word or phrases that you have generated using ASIBIDIBAM in order to construct sentences, right? Indirectly, you are developing your paragraph now. Let's move on to the next one. When? So we talked when going home. Remember part two, right? Describe how you began talking to each other. So you try to bring in the word, talking here. We talked when going home. Okay, or we called when we had problems in studies. If you think that you can't get another word, for example, like called, you can also use the word talked. You are still correct. So you don't have to worry about that. Right, now the next one, di mana. So you're talking about the location, right? Place. We also discussed, you see, discussed, you are trying to say that you talk. We also discussed some topics at the public library. And you have one more sentence here. Sometimes Jenny would come to my house. So sometimes is the time frame. So when you bring this kind of time frame in your sentences, you can actually make it authentic. Right? Now we have a question here. Teacher Pushpa, is it necessary to strictly follow the order of... All right, now this is a good question, Kamarul. Okay, thank you for asking. Now, ACBD BAM is just a formula, right? If you want to follow this, yes, no problem at all. But if you were to follow and suddenly you don't have any idea, for example, for bila, suddenly you don't have idea, you just skip that. You can move on to D, right? So it is not a must for you to strictly follow ACBD BAM. This is just a guideline for you to generate ideas. Okay, thank you. All right, now we are done with this part. We have BAM, bagaimana and mengapa. Since you have the words and also phrases, I don't think so you have problem, right? So this is quite similar to directed writing already now. Okay, right. I felt very happy. I also felt confident. Don't worry to repeat the word because you are still correct. Grammatically, your sentences are correct. Let's move on to this part. This was because she always supported me. Because when you write, I felt very happy, I also felt confident. So you ask yourself, mengapa? You see, ba followed by M, mengapa? So indirectly, you are trying to say that this was because she always supported me. She also advised me when I was upset. Superbly written, simple but fantastic. So let us see how these sentences are written in a paragraph. So this is how your paragraph is going to be look like, right? Simple, but you are writing, you are answering according to the parts of the question. Okay, now, so this is how your paragraphs are being developed from part 1 to part 2. So now I think that you are going to write part 3. You see, that is why when you read the question, try to identify the parts. Whatever that you are writing according to the parts definitely will be awarded marks. So don't worry. Okay, right. Let us move on to part 3. What is part 3 now? Again, you are going to apply ACBD BAM. But remember, your ACBD BAM, your questions for ACBD BAM should cater the part that you are trying to answer. Here, explain how your friendship had developed. So you have to think about development of your friendship, how your friendship had developed. So apa yang kamu buat? What did you do? Well, became best friends. You see, you have got a point here. Good. Now, who? Of course, Jenny and you. So when you're writing, you will say I. So Jenny and I. Now, think again. Siapa? Siapa lagi yang menyokong? Who else supported you? So, family supported. So you are getting extra details now. So when you have more words, definitely you're going to write more. All right, now, bila. Try to think, right? During weekdays, for one, yeah, group studies, and weekends, jogging. You see, you are indirectly generating words or phrases based on ACBD BAM because these are the words, these are the phrases, okay, are going to help you to construct sentences, right? Now, di mana? Right, just now you have said that, at school, public library, why not try to think, okay, other places in your life, perhaps tuition centers or English camp. So when you have other opportunities, other venues, other places, definitely you can have more time to spend. So here comes, you can spend quality time, right? And you can become more understanding. Why do you think this is important? Why? Why? Yes, you think that you have to spend more time just because SPM was here. You see how you are bringing your story and you think that you really needed support. So you just write the phrase needed support. See? So this is how you are generating your ideas so that these ideas will help you to construct sentences, right? You're going to use the same formula and you are going to construct the sentence. Soon, time frame, if you think that you can write, why not? Soon, we became best friends. Simple but correct. Next, Jenny and I spent more time together. Our family members also supported our friendship. Okay, just use the word and phrases, right? Now, the next one. We met on weekdays for group studies. On weekends, we went jogging. You see, as simple as that. Right, let us move on. We have got debunk, right? Tuition centers, English camp. So, we also spent time at tuition center. Simple, right? But grammatically correct. During holidays, we also joined English camp. See how you are constructing sentences with the help of the words or phrases that you have generated using ACBD BAM. So always remember, ACBD BAM is very, very useful. Okay, now the next one, spend quality time. We spent a lot of quality time. We also became more understanding, right? So this is how you are going to generate the sentences. Here comes the next one. SPM examination was near. I needed support from her. Based on the words or the phrases that you have generated, here come your sentences. All right. Now, how are we going to form the paragraph? Just use the sentences that you have generated just now, that you have formed, that you have constructed, and try to put them together to make it a paragraph. So you are done with part 3. Here comes your paragraph 3. Soon we became best friends. Jenny and I spent more time together. Our family members also supported, okay, our friendship and so on. So if you were to notice here, all the underlined words and phrases are actually generated, right, with the help of RCBD BAM. So now you should know why RCBD BAM is very important. Okay, remember, you are struggling to write. Here is a formula for you to at least think and get some words, keywords, so that these words, these phrases will help you to write something. Okay, now, so your paragraph 3 is done. Fantastic, right? You see how you are slowly, progressively developing your paragraphs according to the parts of the question. Right, so you have done with part 1, part 2, and part 3. So what is next? Part 4. So here comes part 4. How many points can we get using Azibidi Bam? Okay, Satish, you can use as many points as possible, right? That is what I'm telling you. If you want to generate just 1 point or just one word or one phrase, you're going to construct one sentence. If you think more, you have more words, you have more phrases, you have more ideas, then you'll have more sentences. Okay? Right. Thank you, Satish. Right now, so let us see here, part 4, unexpected incident. So you have to think, what? Apa? Unexpected, tak dijangka, tak disangka. Incident, peristiwa. Jadi apakah peristiwa? Okay, so try to think of an incident. Car accident. Okay, good. Now next, who involved? Who involved? Ask yourself. Right, Jenny. Why? Who actually the main reason? Or who caused it? So a careless driver. So the more you ask, the more words that you're going to get. Right? Now, when? 23rd November 2020. You can mention a date here because you are asking when, bila. Alright, now the next question, di mana, when. So again, restaurant. Again you ask, di manakah restoran itu? So it is near public library. You see how you are generating questions in order to help you get more words. Now, so how did you feel? How did you feel? Or, I mean, what do you think? How did it happen? Did not follow. Who? Perhaps the careless driver did not follow what? Traffic rules. So, how did you feel now? Sad. And you're going to ask yourself, why? Why did you feel sad? Yeah, because you lost your best friend. You see? So, as you ask question, indirectly, you are actually writing your story, describing the story. So this is basically describing events. So when you are describing events, you are indirectly talking about narrating a story. Okay, right. So once you have done with that, here comes your sentences. Now, an unexpected car accident happened. Remember, the word unexpected is found in the question. So try to use this kind of word so that you are indirectly telling the reader or the examiner that you are answering parts of the question. Be smart, guys. All right, now the next one. Jenny was involved in that accident. Who was involved? Jenny. Who, hit her. A careless driver hit her and drove away. Just make it simple. Okay? Right. The next one. This accident happened on 23rd November 2020. Simple, but you are telling the story. You are describing the event. All right? Now, the next one. Restaurant, remember di mana? It happened in front of a restaurant. The restaurant was near the public library. Okay, the next one. The driver did not follow the traffic rules. So I felt very sad. Why did you feel sad? I lost my best friend. So you're done with this, and here comes your final paragraph. Okay, so you have already done your part 1, you have done part 2, and you can see how you have constructed some sentences based on RCBD BAM. You have RCBD BAM. Again, paragraph 2, you have RCBD BAM. So this is just a very simple formula in order to construct sentences. Okay, so you have part 3, you have part 4. Okay, if let's say this is what you are going to write, definitely you are going to marks. You are going to get marks because you have answered according to the parts of the question, right? So you managed to attempt the question correctly. And since you attempted, you try to write simple sentences, perhaps your marks will be between 17 to 20. Remember, instead of writing, something which is not answering the question, just write something according to the parts, and definitely you will be awarded marks. Right? Interesting, right? Okay. Once you have done with that, what is next? You know RCPD BAM is helping you a lot. So what is next? How to make the essay better? So here we have a few tips. You can use vocabulary. If you think that you're using the same vocabulary, the same word again and again, you can think of other words. That is one example. Adjectives. Adjectives are very important, especially in a descriptive essay. Now, what is an adjective? I give you just one very simple example. Imagine of a boy. So you are describing the boy. All right. For example, clever boy, bad boy, intelligent boy, handsome boy. You see how you are modifying the noun, right? So these are what we call adjectives. And you can also have sound words. Right now, you don't have to think of difficult words, simple. For example, accident. So a most prominent word would be bang. You see, it could be as simple as that. Or hooray. Try to bring in this kind of words into your essay so that you are creating a kind of an impact which will make the reader interested. Okay, and you can also have simple dialogues in your description. Okay, now let us see how you can apply dialogues, adjectives, vocabulary, sound words. It is not a must for you to use all 4. If you think that you can use one, why not? Just try. Okay, now let's see. I met my best friend. She was Jenny. I met her 2 months ago. And you think that you would like to bring in a dialogue to make it authentic, to make it real. What a day. Yes, it was a lovely Monday. You see, originally it was a Monday. So it's like you are actually trying to modify your essay, make it better by bringing in this kind of elements. So lovely here is actually an adjective, right? I met her at the local public library. So if you were to see this paragraph, you are using met, I think more than 3 times, all right? I met my best friend. I met her 2 months, ago. And again, I met her at the public library. So if you think that you can change, right? Try to bring in another word. For example, I saw her at the public library. And now you have public library. Try to modify public library. It is a noun. So use adjective, local public library. You see? So try to use a simple as this, okay, in order to make your paragraphs better. She studied in a neighboring school. I was very happy. She was friendly and helpful. Okay, make it simple. Here comes your next paragraph. You think that you would like to have a dialogue. Let's look at it. Jenny, shall I have your phone number? I asked and she agreed. I'm very sure that you can write this kind of dialogues because you're so used to talking, right? So what you talk is what you write. So just write this kind of simple dialogues and definitely this will make your paragraph better, right? One day we exchanged our mobile numbers. Jenny gave her number. So you would like to bring in an adjective, personal number. Are you following, guys? Take notes, yeah? Good. We talked when going home. We talked, you see, you notice that you're using the word talked again and again. So here you can change the word talk to call. So this is how you are modifying your paragraphs, right? So we called when we had, okay, what kind of problem? Serious problem. Try to bring in an adjective here. We had serious problems in studies. We also discussed some difficult questions at the public library. Sometimes Jenny would come to my house. Never mind, you don't have to be like, oh, teacher, I don't think so. This is an appropriate word. Okay, just use, right? And here you have a wooden house. Just write because you are describing what kind of house that you have. Wooden house. I felt very happy. I also felt. Again, you're using the word felt. So you can use another word, perhaps became, right? So I also became confident. This was because she always supported me. She also advised me when I was upset. See, when you are bringing in this kind of elements into your paragraphs sound better. So when your paragraphs sound better, definitely you are going to get better marks. Right? Now, let us move on to this. Soon we became best friends. Okay, I spent more quality time. See, you're bringing in more adjectives already because this is a descriptive essay. You are describing events. So adjectives play a very important role in order to write a descriptive essay. Right. So our family members. What kind of family members? Caring. Okay. So our caring family members also supported our friendship. What kind of friendship? True friendship, loyal friendship. You see, so try to bring in a word which is suitable, right? We met on weekdays for group studies. What kind of group studies? Small group studies. On weekends, we went jogging. We also spent time, all right, at tuition centers. During school holidays, remember, you're so used to, right, saying school holidays. Okay, why not? During school holidays, we also joined English camp. We spent a lot of quality time. We became more understanding, and SPM examination was very near. Thus, you are going to bring in a word here in order to get a good flow. I needed a lot of support. Okay, and here is your last paragraph. You can have a sound word here. For example, bang, an unexpected car accident happened. So you are creating an impact here, making it real. So this is how you have to modify your paragraphs. And you have accident, so serious accident, adjective. We have happened because you are repeating the word happened, happened, happened. So why not? You learn a new word today. Happened means occurred. So try to use this word next time, right? In order to avoid repetition. In front of a restaurant. What kind of restaurant? Busy restaurant, a big restaurant, crowded restaurant. Use any adjective that is suitable, right? The restaurant was near the public library. The reckless driver. Remember just now you did mention careless driver. So here comes another word for careless, reckless. Learn new words and this is how you are going to get more marks. All right? And finally, you end your paragraph by bringing in a dialogue, a very simple dialogue. Jenny, I miss you. I sighed. Sighed means, feeling sad, you're too sad. Right. So your paragraph is done. Right? Now you have modified your paragraph and definitely you are going to get more than what you have obtained just now. Probably 20 to 25. You see, this is how you are going to modify your essay or your paragraphs step by step. right? So don't ever think that you cannot write. Definitely you can write because we have, yeah, RCBD bump, right? You have RCBD bump. Don't ever think that you can't write. Use RCBD bump. Yes. What is R? Apa. What is C? Siapa. What is B? Bila. What is D? Di mana. What is Ba? Bagaimana. What is M? Mengapa. Use RCBD bump. Let us see a question here. Excuse me. Teacher, can the unexpected incident be a happy one? Yes, all right. You can write, okay, but you have to know on how to actually bring this incident in a very good flow, right? It can be a happy one. I'm not telling that you have to write a bad, but remember the word unexpected. Okay, so you can write both, okay, either a sad or a happy. Here, I just gave you an example of a sad ending. Right, good question. Okay, dear students, remember, don't ever think that, okay, it's going to be very difficult. Now, everyone can write. Yes, you can write. Use RCPD bar. RCBD bump. Use as much as possible in order to generate ideas so that you can construct sentences in order to develop your essay. Okay, right. Thank you, Shireen. Okay, thank you. I hope that you have learned a lot. Well, okay, if you have got any question, let us move on to Q&A session. I'm very sure that, okay, Cikgu Fuad is waiting for us. Hello, Cikgu Fuad. Cikgu Fuad.
Okay, hi, hello. Okay, everyone. Thank you so much for joining. I see very
Yes,
positive
yes, Cikgu Fuad.
comments. There are so many people here. Shout out to people from SMK Tun Fatimah Hashim. Thank you for joining
Oh,
us. Okay,
thank you,
I
I
can
know.
I can see also people from SMK Tasik Utara joining. Thank you.
Oh,
Okay,
really?
yeah, Nisa Manan over there. Okay, I think last week also she was there. Thank you. Okay, Muhammad Faiz Abdul Rauf, thank you for the comments. Pelajaran ini
Hmm,
banyak membantu saya.
membantu
Very well done,
saya.
very good.
Yeah, good job,
Okay,
good job.
good job.
Very good,
Pararasi.
Rasi. Yeah,
Thank you so
good
much.
job, good job. Yeah.
Okay, now, I just would like to remind of you, if you think that this is too simple, I know that some of you are very worried that how many marks can I get? Okay, but at the end of the day, this is focusing on students who are not able to pass English. So we are trying to show them that actually it's easy for them to write. And if let's say you are good in writing, you can use this to help your friends who are weak in the language. Okay, we got a question here from Izatu Najiha. Teacher, can we use Malay word for sound words or dialogue without explaining the meaning? Okay, Cikgu Pushpa, would you like to answer this question?
Okay, all right. Thank you, Cikgu Fuad. I'll try to answer, yeah. Izatu, thank you so much for your lovely question. Okay, this shows that you have listened to our explanation just now. Very good. Okay, now sound words. If possible, because you are writing essay in English, if possible, try to avoid using BM because definitely they will penalize marks because you are writing an English essay. So try to use simple English words. Okay, thank you.
Okay, Kamarul Ipti, thank you so much for the question. Teachers, can we have idioms or proverbs in our essay? Does this help us to get extra marks? Okay, yes. It would be wonderful if you can add idioms or proverbs in your essay. However, it depends on whether the idioms and proverb are, you know, um, fits
Suitable, yeah?
the are
Yeah,
suitable to the
yeah.
essay. If it is suitable, then you will get extra mark. But if let's say it is not suitable, then you will lose marks. So be careful when using idioms and proverbs. Make sure that when you are confident to use them, then you use. If you are not confident, it's better for you to just stay away from them. Okay, that's my that's the answer. Thank you, Kamaru, for your question. Okay, teacher, how many idioms can we put in the essay? Okay, I would personally say that there is no limit to the number. However, do not write too many. I would, I think five will be a good number. I think more than five, I think it would sound funny. Okay,
Yeah.
right? So, okay, Cikgu Pushpa, right? Okay, so
Yeah, but the most important thing here is Cikgu Fuad, okay, whether they are using the idioms correctly. That is very
yes.
important. Not for the sake of using, but whether the use of the idioms is correct. That is very important. Thank you.
Yeah. Remember too that length. Panjang essay doesn't mean that you will get a higher
Yeah,
marks. Okay.
yeah.
The important thing is like you must make sure that the structure, okay, is good. There are no errors, no spelling errors, and then you will get a very good mark for your exam. Okay. Do we have any more? This one there.
Any
Okay.
more questions, boys and girls?
Okay. Aina, thank you for your question. Teacher, which paragraph is appropriate to place proverb?
Robert.
Cikgu Pushpa, do you have any answer for this one?
Right now, again, it goes back to the student. There's no specific paragraphs, for you to write proverbs. Okay, it can be in your introductory paragraph, it can be in your supporting paragraphs, and it can also be written in your concluding paragraph. It can be anywhere as long as your proverbs are correctly used. That is very important. Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you so much for your questions. Okay, if you have any more questions, you just write in the comment. So later on, we will answer in the comment. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, I think there is no more question coming in. So thank you so much. I would like to also thank Jabatan Pelajaran Negeri Johor, okay, Sektor Pendidikan for giving us the opportunity to, to do this. Okay, now, okay, Azra Isham, thank you so much. Okay, thank you, Naushat, thank
Yeah,
you so much. Thank
thank
you.
you, thank you. Welcome. Yeah. Thank you so
Okay,
much, everyone. Right? I hope that you are happy now. You have a formula, right? Don't ever think that you can't write. Definitely, you can write. Remember the formula RCBD bomb. A stands for apa. C, siapa. B,
siapa,
yes, Cikgu Fuad. Yes,
bagaimana,
D,
bagaimana,
yes,
di
bagaimana.
mana,
Yes, all right. And we have M, mengapa.
mengapa.
Remember RCBD bomb. All right? If you really have problems, you are struggling to write, use RCBD bomb. Okay, I think that is all, Cikgu Fuad. Anything else
Yeah,
to say?
okay, nothing. Thank you
Is
so
that
much.
all?
I love you. I
All
think
right
this
then.
all. That
Okay. All
is
right.
it's a
Thank you
wrap.
so much, everyone. All right. All the best in your SPM, yeah? Right. Thank you.
Good luck. Bye.